3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome to Political Social Philosophy. My name is Mark Thorsby and I'll be your professor over the next few months as we go over some very exciting and interesting concepts which I think you'll rather enjoy. I apologize for not being there on the very first day of class. I was held up and I'm currently joining you, which I thought would be very fitting, at the state capital of California. A place of political philosophy, is for sure, as well as political wrangling and dealings. Anyhow, first off, let me just say who I am. My name is Mark Thorsby. I've been teaching here at New Jersey City University for over 2 years now. It's been an excellent department and I've enjoyed my work here at the department. But this course we're going to be working on political philosophy. We'll be looking at a range of political philosophers. We'll mainly focus in on Frankfurt School critical theory. But anyway, let me go over some of the readings we'll be doing. And also regarding the syllabus, please take a look at the syllabus, read it carefully. Take a look, you'll see that the syllabus includes the reading selections we'll be going over for the next few months. And also it has a small introduction to some of the various concepts we'll be going over, including all of the grade expectations and all of those sorts of things. And if you have questions next week, please have them ready and we'll go over it again. But anyhow, I just wanted to introduce you since I wasn't able to join you this afternoon. Okay, and as far as readings go, the first 2 weeks, as soon as I get back, of course, we're going to be going over I want to introduce you to some of the basic philosophical political concepts, we're going to talk about Plato, we're going to talk about Locke, and we're going to talk about Machiavelli and a few others. I want to introduce and lay out some of the basic philosophical concepts. And then from there we're going to jump into some very exciting territory, beginning with Karl Marx. We'll be this will be your textbooks, the Marx Engels reader. The three areas that I want to focus in Marx's philosophy is, one, I want to take a look at the alienation of private property that Marx talks about. The second reading selection we'll be taking a look at is the German ideology, which is fundamental to understanding Marx's concepts of dialectical materialism. With regard to dialectical materialism, we'll also be referencing a little bit of Hegel. If you haven't heard of Hegel, don't get scared, don't worry about it. It's going to be very interesting stuff. And then from there, we're also going to take a look at the first chapter of Marx's magnum opus, which is Das Kapital. We're going to be looking at the production of commodities and also the fetishism of commodities. And here what we're basically going to build is an overview of Marx's political critique of capitalist economy, and more importantly his political concepts. We'll be seeing that he has a sharp critique to offer us, one that's compelling and at times challenging. And so I think you'll enjoy that rather much. After Marx, we're going to be moving into another philosopher who's actually considered the father of sociology, Max Weber. We'll be reading Max Weber's seminal text. Forgive me, it is, where is it? Hold on, I'm sorry. Forgive me, I've lost my way here. I'm sorry. It's called The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism. This text is important because whereas Marx lays down the idea that every political system is inherently revolves and is imbued with an economic system, with Max Weber we're going to see that there's a greater sociological and cultural story to tell here. So I think you'll really enjoy what he has to say here, and just on top of it, it's actually very fun and interesting reading. So we'll be looking at Max Weber's critique, where he actually adds a new layer upon Marx's critique. From here, we're going to be moving into what's referred to as the critical theory school, or also the Frankfurt theory school. And we're going to be looking at philosophers such as Max Weber, Theodor Adorno, and also Herbert Marcuse, and even another philosopher / psychoanalyst, Erich Fromm. These philosophers, we're going to build our story of Marx's critique, and Weber's sociological analysis. We're going to build upon that with an understanding of how mass culture and also media plays an integral role into the political structure and also the dissemination of power structures within a society. And I think the Frankfurt School area, I think you're going to enjoy very much. It's fascinating and juicy stuff. So look forward to this, and just take a look at your syllabus and you can see what text we'll be reading. The book we'll be reading actually out of is this. Let's see if I can get it here. It's the Essential Frankfurt School Reader. Don't worry, don't get scared. We're not going to read all of it. We'll just be reading most of it. No, we'll be reading a number of selections, but it's a very important, provocative text. From there, we're going to be moving to. We'll be reading we're going to be reading a full text called The Eclipse of Reason by Max Horkheimer, who's also part of the Frankfurt School. In this text, The Eclipse of Reason, which you're going to have to write a paper on, is a provocative, interesting, and I'll just tell you right now, the first time I read this text, I was just enthralled, and I think you will be too. It's one of my favorite texts of all time, actually, and where he really wants to diagnose how mass culture plays a fabulously imperative role in political structures. And also the question that's of primary concern is one of revolution and critical enlightenment and awakening. So we'll be looking at those issues, and The Eclipse of Reason will be a great text. And I'm sorry, got ahead of myself and I forgot to mention the very first text we'll be looking at, besides a number of small readings I'll be giving to you. And that'll be a selection from Rousseau's Social Contract Theory. That'll be the first text we'll be looking at. And please take a look. If you look on your syllabus, you'll see that there's a URL, and you can just go to the URL and you can download the text itself. So there's no text to buy here for the Rousseau reading. Just download it and read it by next week, and then we'll get right into it as soon as I arrive in New York or New Jersey. So those are some of the readings we'll be doing, and I think you're going to love this course. I'm looking forward to working with you, I'm sure, and I'm interested to hear what your insights are. Plus, not to mention, it's going to be a provocative time, especially with the presidential election going on. Of course, I don't want to get too derailed in the Obama-McCain controversies, etc. But we'll be also taking a look at and trying to read back in some of the main themes of political and social philosophy that we'll be picking up from these thinkers. We'll try to read these back into some of the contemporary events and debates that are going on now. So I think you'll find this a very provocative, interesting course, and I look forward to working with you. So please read the syllabus, download the Rousseau, read it, and I'll meet with you back up next week. And also welcome back to the university, even though you may not be too excited, but welcome back. So thank you very much, and if you have questions, feel free to email me, which my email is located on the syllabus. Thank you very much, and have a great day.